Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden. See us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden.
B&M Performance Cycles, 439 South Main Street, Messina, New York. We handle all parts, accessories, and do all repairs. We can custom build your bike for show or hot rod. We also do New York State inspections on all motorcycles. B&M Performance Cycles. Come see us today.
Of Joey Foster, and rounding out your field tonight, the 27 of Jordan Miller. Jordan Miller joining us for the first time here this year, and now they're three wide, going down to the backstretch. To the high side, it'll be the 37 of Daryl Mitchell. He found a little extra power this week in the garage for that machine. He is a rocket ship right now as he'll come around to collect the yellow flag. As we're going to say, the starter did not like that start. What he's here for tonight, just the shots. I'm hoping he's talking about his camera.
Yep, he's got the cold shot of Red Bull right there, ready to go.
So on the restart, it'll be Mitchell from the inside pole to the outside. The 17 Zyra off to a fast and quick start here on lap number one. Mitchell back to the bottom, but here comes the top side. The 89 machine of Oben. Boy, they're getting bunched up back there as now Mainville loses control of his machine going down the backstretch. To the top side, Oben, he likes what he sees so far. He sees nothing but a wide open track. Now Musa looking to split the difference here as they head into turn one. A little bump and nudge to the 37 machine of Mitchell, which will kick him to the outside of the racing groove. 2 laps in. 6 laps of the distance for the four-cylinder Bandits. Also on the card tonight, the Bailey Motor Company, our fine friends from Bailey Motor Company, sponsoring tonight's Pro Stock feature event. So Oben now with the race lead on lap number 3, halfway home here. As now Stuart Musa, the 101 machine, last week's feature winner, the week before features winner. To the bottom now, back on the rear bumper of Oben. He'll kick it to the top side, looking for some racing groove. Will not find it as Oben has found the racing groove. Now Musa makes a move in turn 1 to the outside, but the bottom is the place to be here at Mohawk. There early on in the evening, but Musa gets a great run off a 2 down the backstretch. He'll go, blows the doors off the 89 machine as he heads into turn number 3. Along with him will come the 37 of Daryl Mitchell. Mitchell looking for some bite on the racetrack. 1 lap remaining, the white hanky on the field. Musa now into turn 1. He's got the race lead. He's looking to lead the lap that matters the most. That would be the last one. Now to the outside of 2 will go the 37 of Daryl Mitchell. Down the backstretch, he'll fire. Puts his machine into the high side in turn number 3. Will they have enough time to reel in the leader? I don't think so. Mitchell looking to settle into that second place if he can get by Oben. But now Stuart Musa will come around and collect the checkered flag, followed by the 89 of Matthew Oben, the 37 machine of this summer. If she can raise enough money, so by all means buy as many 50-50s you can from that young lady right there. So on the green flag, it'll be the 14 of Dean Pronovost. He'll fire away as your early race leader, followed up here by the 7 of Sylvain Laframboy. Laframboy with some strong runs here in recent memory. Down to the backstretch, they'll go into turns 3 and 4. It'll be the 14 machine of Dean Pronovost. Pronovost now, he likes what he sees up front, nothing but wide open clay. The 88 of Matthew Robinson to the bottom side as he looks to take that number 2 position away from Laframboy. He'll kick him to the top shelf, but Laframboy's got a little bite going down to the backstretch. In the turns 3 and 4, they'll fire. Pronovost looking for a great run here tonight and get back on that winning track that he's so accustomed to. The 88 machine of Matthew Robinson now is going to slip into the number 2 position, followed by Laframboy. Laframboy and Robinson, the race to watch for that number 2 position as Pronovost. But here comes Robinson right on the tail of the 14 machine of Dean Pronovost. Pronovost kicking up that left front sneaker as he'll take it into turn 1. Now Robinson, great head of steam heading into turn 1. Will he get enough going out of turn 2 here for momentum to carry down the backstretch as he'll slip up just a little bit heading into turn 3? It'll be Pronovost continuing to leading. 3 laps into this affair, 6 laps the distance. Halfway point, we're halfway home now as Pronovost getting out to a comfortable lead on that start of this heat race number 1 for the Mod Lights. Down the backstretch, he'll fire, followed up here by the 88 machine of Matthew Robinson. Robinson's has some pretty good runs here as of recent, getting into a little bit of squirrely shape coming out of 4 the last few weeks. As 1 lap remaining now as Pronovost goes back to the top side. Robinson takes a peek down low, coming out of 2. Down the backstretch, just fire. Here comes Robinson with a full head of speed. He'll head into turns 3 now. He'll get to the inside of Pronovost. Pronovost's going to pinch him off at the bottom. Pronovost out of turn 4. He'll come around to collect the checkered flags in heat race number 1 for the Mod Lights. And that was a very exciting finish as Robinson saw an opening on the bottom, but Pronovost, the veteran KG.
21 of Scott Meir alongside. Glad to have back 51 of Bailey McDonald out there. And Bailey, of course, was involved in a hard crash down here in the front stretch. And rounding out this field will be Paul Klager in the other number 1 machine as they head down the back straightaway in a whole lot of hurry with Tim Reef, your early race leader. Brian Green starts to make a move early up to the top side in that red number 11 machine. Paul Klager doing a pretty good job so far, getting down low, taking away the number 3 spot. And Klager really making some headway early on here with the 30 of Reef holding down the top spot. Scotty Waldrop up to that second position. Klager is third, followed by Green and Dave Bell in that top 5 orders. They're working up off of corner number 4 and down the front straightaway. It is Reef leading the way, but Paul Klager has been very strong so far, nearly going with 2 laps complete. He takes that second spot away from Scotty Waldrop right now as they go off into corners 3 and 4. The 11 of Green right there behind him in 4th. Down to the inside goes Klager looking for that top spot. Halfway sign is out. 3 in and 3 more to go. And Tim Reef doing a pretty good job holding Klager at bay for the number 1 spot, but Klager sees daylight down on the inside, goes up to the number 1 spot down the backstretch. Scotty Waldrop looking to follow suit as well. He's going to try the top shelf going through turns 3 and 4, but it's Paul Klager, your new race leader, as they head down in front. 2 more laps left to go. In that number 1 machine, Klager's starting to open up quite a lead now. He's got Tim Reef by about 5 car lengths down the back straightaway. The 60 of Waldrop puts his foot down up off of corner number 2 and tries the top side once again in turns 3 and 4. He'll grab the runner-up spot as we come down to the white flag. 1 more lap to go for Klager. The 60 of Waldrop, the 30 of Tim Reef, the 11 of Brian Green. Dave Bell getting all sorts of pressure from the 21 of Scott Meir, but down into turns 3 and 4 for his first ever appearance here at Mohawk International Raceway. Paul Klager is going to work it up off of corner number 4 and grab heat number 2 for the Mod Lights. Scotty Waldrop in the second, Brian Green, Tim Reef. That battle for 5th still going on here. The 21 of Meir trying to get it done.
Twin Leaf Fresh Express is the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are. The first convenient stop in Hogansburg when driving from Messina. A food court with free Wi-Fi and plenty of room to lounge with family and friends or eat on the run. Menu items with only the freshest ingredients. Wings, pizza, salads, and sandwiches with lunch specials posted daily on Facebook. And don't forget dessert. Over 20 flavors of ice cream, shakes, slushies, and frozen yogurt. Twin Leaf Fresh Express, the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are.
Fox Hill Golf and Country Club has an early bird special that will save you money. Monday through Thursday, tee off by 11 a.m. and get 11 holes of golf with the cart for $20 or 11 holes walking for $10. Make a date on Friday. All day he pays and she plays for free. Don't forget the large driving range and practice putting green. And as always, Canadian money is at par.
Sponsors of races here at the Mohawk International Raceway, so welcome once again. So it'll be Peters and Lattiser to fire away for the green flag. Peters and the flagger like what they see. So far, so good for Peters. He'll fire away in the turn number 1 with the early race lead. He'll come out at 2 now and hold on to that race lead as the 92 of Joy Lattiser firing down to the backstretch. Peters the number 1 position. Lattiser to the inside. Looks for a little bit of clay, a little bit of bite. Not going to find much there as Alan Peters will seal him off at that 1 lap in, Peters continues to lead, but now Joey Ladisser's got some company here. The Bulldog, Dave Bisonet, returns to the Mohawk International Raceway. Very, very good racer for a long time here at Mohawk International Raceway of the 47 of Dave the Bulldog Bisonet. He settles into that number 3 position. Going to look for a mistake here by Joey Ladisser, but he may be looking all night as Ladisser does not make too many of those over the course of a season. Alan Peters continues lead now as he'll fire his machine into turn number 3. To the bottom will go Joey Ladisser. Looks to carry some momentum coming out of 4. Not going to be able to get by Peters on this one. 8 laps of the distance here for the Pro Stocks on Bailey Motor Company Pro Stock Series race here tonight. Down the backstretch will fire. Ladisser going to take a peek to the top shelf. Maybe find a little bit of bite, get some momentum. The RPM's up coming out of 4. But no, he'll dip back to the bottom side, giving plenty of room here to Peters as Alan Peters, very good racer in his own right. The Bulldog, it rides along in 3rd now, coming off the bottom of 2. Ladisser, a little bit of more momentum coming down to the backstretch. He'll go back to the top shelf, but no room there. As back once again to the bottom, but Alan Peters has got the hook up here tonight. As we are 4 laps in on this heat race number 1 for the Pro Stocks on Bailey Motor Company Pro Stock Series race night. Down the backstretch, they'll fire once again. Alan Peters with a commanding lead. He's led every single lap of this heat race here tonight. The gap between as now some smoke starting to emerge from the Bulldog, as that may be a valve cover that let loose on that machine. A lot of smoke out of the 47 machine. Will he shut it down, take it pit side here? As I believe he's going to, as he comes to a slow on the backstretch, going to take it pit side. Very wise decision there. And now the bottom opens up a little bit for Joey Ladisser. 1 flag to go. 1 more lap to go. Down to the bottom will go Ladisser. To the top shelf will go Peters. Peters likes that high groove. A little momentum coming down to 2. Out of the backstretch they'll go. Peters with the race lead now. Neck and neck. Ladisser to the bottom. Will Peters be able to hold off Ladisser here? Coming out of 4. It is Peters. Ladisser. Peters at the line. Alan Peters with your heat race win number 1 tonight, holding off the hard-charging Joey Ladisser, followed by the...
Second of 3 Bailey Motor Company Pro Stock Series heat events. Don't forget, right after this, we'll be moving right into the Sportsman heat events, and then Mike Mallett will join us for the call for the Empire Super Sprint heat events. And we'll be set to use that lane to perfection last week. And he'll try it once again. Coming up off of corner number 4. 6 cars ready to do battle. We're underway. Green flag is back out. LeBrun and Lalonde working it up into turns 1 and 2. They go. And Stefan on the back straightaway, Lalonde, Denvoyer, and now P.J. Peters starts to go to work. Peters in that 73 starting to move forward. He's up to the number 4 spot already from his 6th starting position, and working on Dan Denvoyer for that number 3 spot as they work in lap number 1. It's LeBrun and Mark Lalonde, who was just 6 1/1000ths of a second away from picking up a win here way back on May the 25th. He lost that much to Jody Swamp at the checkered flag, and he is hungry for a feature win, having a strong season here in 2012. Working on LeBrun for the top spot, going down into corners 1 and 2. P.J. Peters has come from the back of the field all the way up into that 3rd spot with Dan Denvoyer and Eugene Tarbell in that top 5 order. As they all head down the back straightaway, Preston Musell rounds out the field in the number 6 spot in the 102 as LeBrun working it up off of turn number 4. Battle for that 2nd spot as the 73 of Peters trying to battle with Mark Lalonde for that number 2 position as they work down the back straightaway. Coming around this time by, it'll be halfway. Halfway sign will be out this time around. 4 in and 4 to go. And LeBrun may have picked up a little bit of a push. That car looks pretty tight out there right now. And in the process, the 8 of Lalonde is going to lose the number 2 spot to the 73 of Peters as Mark Lalonde got hung up behind LeBrun going into turn number 3 and broke his momentum a little bit, allowing Peters to get on by. And PJ starts to work the outside coming off of turn number 4, opens the bottom up for Mark Lalonde. And no such luck for Lalonde that time. He'll tuck it in behind Peters going into turns 1 and 2, but LeBrun not about to give up that bottom groove, and P.J. Peters has come from the back of the field all the way up to challenge LeBrun for the top spot going into turns 3 and 4. Track's got a lot of bite in it right now, pretty much one groove down around the inside part of the racetrack, 2 laps left to go, and LeBrun is using that to his advantage. You can definitely see that car is not handling the best, but he's making do with what he's got, and he is holding P.J. Peters at bay for now. They draw side by side going into turns 3 and 4, and Peters trying to make that outside line work, and he will do so from the but back to the front at the white flag lap. P.J. Peters is your new race leader, followed by Stefan Lebrun, Mark Lalonde in that top three order. Then it's Eugene Tarbell, Dan Denwyer, and Preston Musal in that order. Coming around this time, checkered flag will be out, and P.J. Peters puts on a clinic in heat number 2 for the Bailey Motor Company Pro Stock Series. He'll grab the win. Second will go to Lebrun, Lalonde in third, followed by Tarbell, Denwyer, your top 5. Preston Musal rounds out the...
It'll be Renault and Rock Oban to fire away from the front row. Looking for that green flag, the go, go, go button. Flag will be thrown now as Renault off to the on the start to the bottom side of the racetrack. To the top side will go the 4 of Rock Oban. The man on the move now is actually going off the track. Racing surface is Chris Trombley. Is something let loose on that machine? Can he get it back onto the racing surface? He will. And trying to probably make his way pit side as the race for that number 1 position is the one to watch. As yes, Trombley will head pit side with his machines. Early mechanical problems for the 14 car. To the bottom will go the Rock Oban to the inside. The outside will go to the 55 of George Renaud. Renaud watch P.J. Peters take this second heat race away, actually, as he went to the top side. Rock Oban, he likes that bottom, but Renaud looking to keep the RPMs up, coming off of turn 2. Down the backstretch, they'll fire. They'll trade racing lines here, as Oban's going to seal him off from the bottom. Rock Oban now will head into turn number 1. Now the man on the move, the 69 of Jody Swamp, looks for an opening on the bottom of the 55 of George Renaud. Down the backstretch, they'll fire. Oban continues to lead. Now the 55 of Renaud looking for a little bit more bite. Same racing lane here as the number 4 car of Rock Oban. Halfway home, 4 laps in, 4 more laps to go. To the bottom now as Oban slips up just a little bit down the backstretch. Here comes the 55. He says, Rock, leave an opening, and I'll see what I can do with it. The Rock says, I don't think so, as he'll kick it back to the high side. Seal off the 55 car from getting to the bottom side of the racetrack. 3 more laps remaining here in heat race number 3 for the Pro Stocks. To the bottom once again. George Renaud going to try it down to the backstretch. They head into turns 3. Oban beats him to the corner this time as he'll kick it back to the high side coming out of 4. Renaud trying to make his machine work on the bottom. He might have him here, folks, as they head into turn number 1. Renaud, lets off just a little bit as he let Oban straighten himself back out. But here's a great move by Renaud back to the bottom side. They'll head back once again into turn 3. We've got 1 more lap remaining after this. Oban to the top side, coming out of 4. White Hanky on the field. Oban got his work cut out for him here. The KG veteran, the 55. George Renaud looking for some racing. Renaud now back to the bottom, coming out of turn 4. Can he get to the line before Oban? No, sir. Rock Oban will win Pro Stock Heat Race number 3.
Hey kids, do you know where Cubby and T-Bear live?
Bears Den!
If you said Bears Den, you're right. Bears Den is the home of Cubby's Birthday Club, a special club for just kids. Bears Den has a Cubby's menu just for you with yummy meals and awesome desserts. And for your birthday, you get a special treat from Cubby. Joining Cubby's Club, you'll get invited to Cubby's parades, events, and contests all over town. Cubby's Birthday Club at Bears Den Restaurant in Hogansburg, New York, the home of Cubby and T-Bear.
Meet Peggy. She's a loyal player at Akwesasne Mohawk Casino and is bringing her brother Mark, who's new to Mohawk Casino, on Tuesday. Mark gets $15 for being a new Winners Club member, and Peggy gets $15 for bringing Mark. It's that easy. So if Peggy brings a member of her class of 64 each time she visits, then that's, well, you get the point. Visit Akwesasne Mohawk Casino this month and bring a friend.
One breaker fan offer per person per day. Bet with your head, not over it. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-846-7369.
Supporting a green agenda, Wiley Trash Removal has been serving the community for over 40 years. Wiley Trash Removal also recycles cardboard and paper. Call 315-764-0038.
And June 21st went to Evoy Adam Rose on June the 29th. The last 2 weeks, July 6th and 13th have gone to Dylan Evoy. 5 wins on the season. We'll see if anybody can stop him. Green flag is out. We're underway. 8 laps to distance, and Thunder Anderson Jr. wastes little time jumping to the head of the class. Tammy Jalbert right there with him in that second spot, though, as they head through turns 3 and 4. Brent Kelsey on the back bumper of Jalbert going into turn number 4 as they race for the top 3 spots. The 1X of Nolan Swamp gets by the 35 of Cook going down the front straightaway, and in the process, that's going to open up the door for Josh Van Brocklin off of corner number 2 to grab the number 5 spot. Up in front, though, Tammy Jalbert working on Thunder Anderson Jr. here for that top spot as they all head through corners 1 and 2. Anderson got a little out of shape going into turn number 1, allows Jalbert to close in down the back straightaway as they head down into turn number 3 this time around. Thunder Anderson Jr. doing a pretty good job, rookie in this division here this season. Right there, the veteran Tammy Jalbert working in that second spot. And then it is the 30 of Kelsey, the 1X of Swamp, and Josh Van Brocklin rounding out your top 5 as they head down into turns 3 and 4. Jalbert is there, and she tries to work on Anderson for that number 1 spot, but Anderson able to hold her off going down into corners 1 and 2. And Anderson really twisting that car sideways, going through turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Tammy Jalbert able to hold on to that number 2 spot. Brent Kelsey is closed in for that position as they head through turns 3 and 4. Kelsey right down on the bottom. Couldn't get the pass made, though. As we work in lap number 5, Nolan Swamp and Josh Van Brocklin in 4th and 5th. Thomas Cook, Mike Arquette round out the rest of your field here as they all head down the back straightaway with Anderson in control of this race. Van Brocklin looking to make some moves late in the going, trying to get by Swamp, but Swamp shuts the door going into turn number 3. 2 laps left to go as some smoke showing out of the back of Thomas Cook's number 35, and he's moving very slowly down the front straightaway. Could be some internal problems there for the 35 of Cook. As we work it up off of corner number 4, Thunder Anderson Jr. looks pretty strong coming down the front straightaway. White flag is out. Tammy Jalbert, Brent Kelsey, your top 3. Josh Van Brocklin is still trying to get by Nolan Swamp for that 4th spot, rather. They head down the back straightaway, and Swamp will able to hold off Van Brocklin for that position. Checkered flag is out, and Thunder Anderson Jr. is going to grab the win, the first of his sportsman career, the 95 of Jalbert.
The cars that we've had here at Mohawk. Now they'll look for that green flag to get this heat race number 1 started for the sportsman. Correction, the second heat race, as now Jenna David makes a strong move to the inside to get that number 2 position away from Josh Brockway. That'll allow Dan Jalbert to slip away from the rest of the field. Now to the inside will go the 83 machine of Dylan Evoy. No room there to put that machine as Dan Jalbert will come around and lead lap number 1. Jenna David to the inside now, and she'll seal off the 83 machine of Dylan Evoy down the backstretch to the fire. Jenna David with a nice bold move to hop up into the second on lap number 1 to get by Brockway. Brockway is going to lose a bunch of distance here as he'll round out your field on lap number 2. Dan Jalbert, he looks to have his mighty machine hooked up tonight. He's fast coming out of the bottom out of 2. Jenna David with a little bit of momentum going into turns number 3. Going to look to take a peek on the inside of Dan Jalbert and maybe make up some track here, but Dylan Evoy back to the top side. He's looking to run down the Warrior Racing number 2 machine of Jenna David. Jenna David off of 2. Dylan Evoy, does he have enough momentum to catch him down the backstretch? He'll do so, and now as he'll take a peek to the inside, go back to the top side, coming out of turn 4. Halfway home, 8 laps of distance here for the sportsman. Dan Jalbert has left this field by about 10 car lengths. Down the backstretch to go. A little slip up by David. That'll allow Evoy to close the gap. He'll go to the bottom of turn number 3, looking to get that number 2 position. Maybe force David up to the track just a little bit. And Evoy now in the number 2 position. He'll set his sights on the leader, the number 1 of Dan Jalbert with 3 laps remaining. Now David out of 2. She'll slip up a little bit more, and that'll allow the number 24 of Justin LaLancelette into that number 3 position. And there seems to be a push in that number 2 machine. Dan Jalbert, 2 laps remaining for him. The matching sticks are out on the field. Down the backstretch, they'll fire. As now Dan Jalbert running the same race line lap after lap, able to hit his marks here, and he's very, very quick and giving Dylan Evoy all he can handle on the last lap. 7 laps in, 1 more lap remaining. Dan Jalbert out of 2, down the backstretch, he'll fire. Evoy with a great run coming down to the backstretch. Does he have enough time to run down the leader? Dan Jalbert. Jalbert to the bottom in that yellow number 1 machine. Dan Jalbert will collect heat race number 2 for the modified sportsman here tonight 8 laps in as Dan Jalbert led every single lap.
Third. Also out there, Adam Rozon in the 3. Danny Akins in the number 8. The 1D of Jason Durgan rounds out the rest of your field. Green flag is back out, and we're underway. And Wyatt Mullen up to the top spot early on here as the field heads down the back straightaway. The 23 of Stacy holds down second. Louis Jackson Jr. has been a very impressive driver this season in that 18 machine as he works up underneath Stacy to pick off that second spot. Adam Rozon looking to make some moves forward as him and Dana Akins battle it up for 4th and 5th. Jason Durgan in the 1D right there in 6th, followed by Jock in that 7th spot as they work it up off of corner number 4 and down the front straightaway. Dana Akins with a problem in the number 8, and he will head pit side with that machine. Field heads down into corners 1 and 2 with Wyatt Mullen in the number 1 spot as we've got Thomas ready to go green up off of corner number 4. We go. We're underway once again. Wyatt Mullen back to that top spot going into corners 1 and 2 with the 18 of Jackson, the 3 of Rozon completing your top 3. Mike Stacy and Jason Durgan rounding out the rest of your field as they head off of corners 3 and 4 this time around. Wyatt Mullen's been very impressive in the last couple of weeks as well, and he works in that top spot with Jackson right there behind him. 4 laps up on the scoreboard. Adam Rozon with a feature win just a short time ago. On June the 29th, led all 20 laps en route to the feature win here. Looking for possibly a repeat here tonight. But Wyatt Mullen and Louis Jackson Jr. showing the way going into corners 1 and 2. 3 laps left to go. And Mullen able to hold Jackson at bay for the number 1 spot. The top 2 have put quite a distance between himself and Adam Rozon as he works in that 3rd spot. Then it's Stacy and Durgan rounding out the rest of your field as they work it up off of corner number 4. 2 laps left to go for Mullen. And Jackson has tried everything to run him down, but has had no such luck here. Now he gets a little bit better run down the back straightaway off of corner number 2. This could be a pretty good race here right down to the end. White flag will be displayed this time by, and Louis Jackson Jr. is putting the pressure on Wyatt Mullen for the lead. White flag is out, and Mullen still has the top spot going down into corners 1 and 2, and Jackson not able to close like he did the last lap up off of turn number 2. He'll try it again in turn number 3. Jackson drives it pretty deep going into turn number 3. Couldn't get the job done. Wyatt Mullen goes to victory lane. Jackson comes home in 2nd. Adam Rozon will cross in 3rd, followed by Jason Durgan in the 1, and Mike Stacy will head pit.
Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden. Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden.
Fox Hill Golf and Country Club has an early bird special that will save you money. Monday through Thursday, tee off by 11 a.m. and get 11 holes of golf with the cart for $20 or 11 holes walking for $10. Make a date on Friday. All day he pays and she plays for free. Don't forget the large driving range and practice putting green. And as always, Canadian money is at par.
Off of turn number 4 at the chalk line. Here we go. Empire Super Sprint qualifying event number 1. Looking for the green flag this time. We got it, and we are racing here on the home stretch. Field charges up into turn number 1. And it will be Tyler Rand jumping out to the number 1 spot. Kevin Ward up to the 2nd position.
No way that just happened.
And we've got red lights coming on for the 25H of Paul Hobbick.
I
Out, so Brandon Warner, Tyler Rand on the outside of him as we look for a green flag at that chalk line off of turn number 4. Here we go. We got it. We're racing here on the home stretch. Kevin Ward gets a little out of shape there at the start. He'll take it up to the top side. Ward is working on Barger. Here comes Lance Young down low. Lance Young, nice run there. He'll move up to the number 6 spot. And Elaine Bergeron, as I said that, he jumps to 3rd. Sean Donath challenging Tyler Rand for the number 1 spot as they race into turn number 1. Donath on the outside, side by side, and Sean Donath shoots on by down the back straightaway. So new leader, Sean Donath. Tyler Rand back to second. Bergeron is there for third. Fourth right now is Justin Barger, but he has got Lance Young in tow. Lance Young's got to step it up if he wants to get into the redraw. Work on Justin Barger. Barger, no slouch here at the Mohawk International Raceway. We've got one slow on the backstretch. That is the 84 of Tyler Rand. Tyler Rand off the pace with car number 84. He is going to come and slow and stop on the inside of turn number 3. Looking to get back to green flag racing action. Sean Donath, he is your race leader, so he will start this event. And he elected to go to the high line for the restart. Keeps it slow, keeps it steady. Here we go, back on the gas, and Bergeron gets the good start. Donath up on the outside, though. He's liking that high groove, and that'll allow Bergeron to get the whole shot. And Elaine Bergeron now takes the race lead. Down the backstretch, Lance Young all over Justin Barger as they battle for the number 3 position. And now the wing, you can see it, it's popped up, and it is actually caught on the top wing of Donath's number 33. And he is going to fall all the way back to the number 6 spot here in this one. So Donath, he has got problems on the 33 ride. Halfway this time by, 5 laps in, 5 to go. And I can't believe it is still hanging on there. You can see Donath off the pace, down the backstretch into corners number 3 and 4. Elaine Bergeron, your race leader. And now Sean Donath going to come to a stop. Yellow lights are going to come on. So we're looking for the green here. 6 complete, 4 laps remain. All that's on the line now is a place in the redraw. If you can get into one of those top 4 spots, top 2 to the dash, green lights come back on. We are back underway. Donath a little bit better that time going into 1 and 2. He'll struggle with the handling, though, on the nose. Off of corner number 2, Kevin Ward rolls the outside of Lance Young, but Young right back to it down low. Into 3 and 4, Kevin Ward. Lance Young side by side as they battle for position number 3, and Lance Young's going to have it as they come down to the line. Kevin Ward, though, goes right back to the top side. Ward looking for a way by, can't quite get it done. Lance Young now closing in on Justin Barger. Your leader off of turn number 4, Elaine Bergeron. He'll see the 2 to go sign this time by. Barger now solidly into second, followed by Young, Kevin Ward, Sammy Reeks, and the 33 of Sean Donath. So that's their running order here as they've got 9, or 8, we'll make it 9 complete this time off of turn number 4. Elaine Bergeron looking to hang on for the win down the backstretch. He'll go one more time through turns number 1 and 2. Quickly now down the backstretch in front of the G-Stone sign. Into turn number 3 goes Bergeron. Final time off of turn 4. Checkered flag, your winner, Elaine Bergeron. Second to Justin Barger. Third to Lance Young. Fourth will go to Kevin Ward. Fifth to Sammy Reeks. And sixth to the 30th dash event. We look for a green flag this time off the corner. Corey Sparks on the point. Stelter up alongside. Here they come. Here we go. Green is out. Foots to the floorboard off the turn down the front stretch into turn number 1. And Mike Stelter on that top groove able to take the number 1 spot. Here comes Wickham now. Wickham to the backside of Corey Sparks. Down the backstretch. They race into turns number 3 and 4. Matt Tanner. Corey Gurney. Gurney down low. He'll get by Tanner. And now Gurney going to work on the number 75 of Wickham. Wickham on the cushion. Gurney going to try to pull the slider. Wickham's got to get on the binders, and there goes Gurney now. Corey Gurney up to position number 3. Mike Stelter leads the way. Corey Sparks second. Third right now is Gurney. Fourth is Tommy Wickham. Matt Tanner is there, though. Matt Tanner onto the back bumper of Tommy Wickham. That's the battle for the number 4 spot. That position will get you a spot into the redraw along the backstretch. Tanner had to get out of it. Wickham now working on Gurney up on the outside. As that transpires, back at the front, we've got a battle for the lead. Corey Sparks to the outside. Sparks, a driver out of Edinburgh, roll on the high side. Mike Stelter stays down low to turn number 3 now. We're going wing to wing for the race lead, and it will be Stelter hanging on by a car length over Corey Sparks. Battle picking up back here for the number 3 spot. 3 cars right together as they race for position number 3. So a side-by-side battle down into turns number 3 and 4 for the lead, and we may have a new leader this time off of turn 4 at the halfway point. Corey Sparks, now your race leader. That puts Stelter back to the number 2 spot. Gurney still there for third, but he can feel the pressure from Matt Tanner. Tanner up off the corner, looking underneath of Gurney down the backstretch. Into turn number 3, and Matt Tanner now grabs the 3rd spot away. So Tanner up to 3rd, Gurney back to 4th. Wickham is still back there in 5th. 6th right now is the number 25 of Mikal Panat. But now Panat looks to the inside of Wickham. Wickham's got the 5 spot. Panat looking to take it away on the backstretch. Wickham too strong. He'll roll low, then slide it up to the cushion. Panat keeps it right down on the inside as they come off of turn number 4. Your leader out in front, making about 10 car lengths. Now the advantage for the number 7 of Corey Sparks. Into turns number 3 and 4. He'll put the Hoosier up on the high side to the line. 2 laps to go this time by. So 2 to go for your race leader. Corey Sparks, Mike Stelter, Matt Tanner third. Corey Gurney in the number 4 spot. Race for 5th as here comes Mikael Paran. He got 5th. Now he's looking for a redraw spot. Good run off of turn number 2, and Mikael Paran now in position number 4. So what a charge here late in this one for the driver out of Granby, Quebec in car number 25. He moves up to 4th. That puts Gurney back to 5th as he is challenged by Tommy Wickham. Final time to turn 3 now off of turn number 4. Winning CarMate Custom Built Trailers qualifying event number 2, the 7 of Corey Sparks. Second will go to Mike Stelter, 3rd to Matt Tanner, 4th to the 25 of Mikael Paran. Then it was Corey Gurney and Tommy Wickham. Finishing in 7th, the 51 of Lee Ladisser.
Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden. Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden.
B&M Performance Cycles, 439 South Main Street, Messina, New York. We handle all parts, accessories, and do all repairs. We can custom build your bike for show or hot rod. We also do New York State inspections on all motorcycles. B&M Performance Cycles. Come see us today.
Hey kids, do you know where Cubby and T-Bear live? If you said Bears Den, you're right. Bears Den is the home of Cubby's Birthday Club, a special club for just kids. Bears Den has a Cubby's menu just for you with yummy meals and awesome desserts. And for your birthday, you get a special treat from Cubby. Joining Cubby's Club, you'll get invited to Cubby's parades, events, and contests all over town. Cubby's Birthday Club at Bears Den Restaurant in Hogansburg, New York, the home of Cubby and T-Bear.
Paul Kinney looking to rebound last time, battling for the lead, got upside down. He'd like nothing other but the rebound here tonight with a feature victory, his first career, if he could get it done. Here we go off of turn number 4, Patrick Vigneault, Paul Kinney side by side, green flag flies, and we're racing into turn number 1. They take it up into the turn. How about the Cobra just taking it up to the top shelf? And he'll leave little to debate there as Chuck Hebing now moves up to the number 4 spot on that outside. Off the corner, Patrick Vigneault leads Paul Kinney, and now Hebing to the back bumper, the 98 of Joe Trenka. And Hebing again up to the outside. That time a little bit too hot up there on the cushion. That allows the 98 of Trenka to hang on. Right now, Devin Carone back there in 4th. Races on for 5th. Anthony Kane, the A-Train, and Etienne Girard. Girard will on the outside. Kane stays down low, and Anthony Kane to the line that time had the position. As they race through the corner, Girard gets loose on the top side. Kane able to hang on to it. So Kane now rides in that number 6 spot. Patrick Vigneault leads the way. A little bit of smoke out of the 55. Now he has had motor problems all season long. And as we watch that race transpire, here comes Hebing to the outside of Joe Trenka. Trenka trying to hold off the defending series champ on the backstretch. He'll hang tough into turn 3. Can he stay right there with him off of turn number 4? Not going to get it done as Chuck Hebing now moves up to the number 3 spot. So Patrick Vigneault leads the way. Paul Kinney there in the number 2 spot. Hebing now up to 3rd. Trenka there for 4th. 5th is Devin Carone, but now Anthony Kane on the inside. Here comes the A-Train. Anthony Kane side by side with Devin Carone, and Kane slides up, and Anthony Kane now moves into position number 5. So Kane on the charge here at the halfway point, 5 laps in, 5 to go. He's got to catch the Trenka number 98 if he wants a shot at the redraw. Right now with car number 15C, he'll slide it off the turn right in front of Devin Carone. Jeff Cook rides 1 spot out of a qualifying position, as does the 422 of Etienne Girard. Patrick Vigneault still shows the way, but you can see smoke still pouring out of the left side of that number 55. So far, so good, though, as he hangs on to the top spot. Kenny rides back there in 2nd. Hebing still 3rd, Trenka 4th, 5th is still Kane, with Devin Carone rounding out your qualified cars. 2 laps to go this time by for the driver out of Trois-Rivières, Quebec, the number 55 of Patrick Vigneault. Vigneault continues to smoke. At least we won't have a mosquito issue here. Off of turn 4 now he comes. White flag this time by. So 1 to go for Patrick Vigneault. Paul Kinney trying to catch him, but time running short here. A half lap remains for Vigneault off of turn 2. 1 last trip down the backstretch. He'll take it into turn number 3, working it off of turn number 4, and Patrick Vigneault will win heat race number 3. Finishing 2nd will be Paul Kinney, 3rd to Chuck Hebing. Fourth will go to Joe Trenka. Fifth goes to Anthony Kane. And sixth at the line. Here they come off the turn. Who's going to get it? It will be Devin Carone by a nose over Jeff Cook.
D, 71 to Delbert LeGros alongside Billy Dunn, the man who won the last week here in that 23, rounds out the rest of your field. Green flag is out. We're underway. And Gage Moran up to that number one spot early on. Of course, a lot of rubber being laid down here by the Empire Super Sprints, which has changed this track considerably out there. And Brian McDonald shows his muscle down on the inside. And McDonald able to take away that number one spot from Gage Moran. Now Danny O'Brien sets his sights on the leaders as he heads down the back straightaway in that third spot. Billy Dunn is up to fourth now. Chris Raby looking to make some headway early on as well. He'll draw alongside of David Papineau coming up off the corner. He'll grab fifth as Delbert LeGros rounds out the rest of your field. 2 laps complete in this 8-lap heat event for the Modifieds, and Brian McDonald is waiting for nobody. Brian, 2 heat wins on the season this year. Last one came a couple of weeks ago on June the 13th, and right now he's got that top spot. Danny O'Brien is working over Gage Moran for that number 2 spot as they go down into corners 1 and 2. Moran a little bit up out of the groove, and that's all that Danny O'Brien needed. He'll go by for that second spot, and Billy Dunn tried to do the same thing, but Gage Moran shut the door going into turn number 3. Dunn, however, fights right back down on the bottom, and Billy Dunn will grab the number 3 spot. All this happening behind your race leader, Brian McDonald, who was waiting for nobody, jumped out to a half straightaway lead now with Danny O'Brien and Billy Dunn right there, second and third. Dunn's going to swing it up to the top shelf and bring it back down to the bottom up off of corner number 4 as Chris Raby starts to make some progress forward as he holds on to the number 4 spot. Halfway sign is out, and Brian McDonald making it look easy so far here, nearly going as he works it up off of corner number 4 and down into turn number 1. Danny O'Brien still second with Billy Dunn holding down that third spot. And O'Brien might have lost a little bit more ground to the leader, and in the process, Billy Dunn has started to close the gap going into corners 3 and 4. 7 laps are complete as the field heads down the front straightaway. Raby is fourth, followed by Moran, David Papineau, and the 71 of Delbert LeGros complete your field. Down into turns 3 and 4. Brian McDonald looking pretty strong so far here. 2 laps left to go. 10 laps for each qualifying heat here tonight. I do apologize for that. And Brian McDonald has the lead going down the back straightaway. A healthy straightaway lead now for the man out of Cornwall, Ontario, Canada, the 151 West Front Construction Machine brings it down in front. White flag is in the air. O'Brien is second, followed by Dunn, Chris Raby, and Gage Moran rounding out your top 5. Field headed down the back straightaway for the final time. Checkered flag will be out, and the man out of Cornwall, Ontario, Brian Slim McDonald, will grab his 3rd heat win of the season. In heat number 1 for the 358 Modifieds, Danny O'Brien, Billy Dunn, your top 3. Raby into 4th. The 16 of Moran crosses in 5th. Battle for 6th going on here, and it will go to Delbert LeGros as David Papineau on the 188.
Improve upon his season. As they come out of turn 4, we've got racing conditions as they head into turn number 1. Perry Francis off to the early race lead here. Now to the outside will go the natural, the 77X Dale Plank. Casey Swamp fights back down into 3rd, looking for some racing groove. Kerry Terrance will slip back into 3rd here. Now Perry Bones Francis leads lap number 1. Comes around back to the turn number 2, down the backstretch. He'll fire. In hot pursuit is the 77X. He's got a pair of cars behind him out of the Kerry Terrance Racing Camp. The 77X and the 66X. Perry Francis leads lap number 2 here as he's found a bit of bite coming up to the racing surface about middle of the pack, so to speak. Down the backstretch, they'll fire. Now, the 74 machine, he'll set his sights on the 66X. Dive bomb to the bottom will go Matt Billings out of 4, and he'll take that number 3 spot away from Kerry Terrance. Now to the bottom, the early race leader, Perry Francis, has his hands full. The 77X of Dale Plank looks for some racing bite on the bottom. Squeeze job here. No, sir. Gives him plenty of racing room. Perry Francis to the top side. Dale Plank, your new race leader on lap number 4. 6 laps of remaining distance. Dale Plank will fire from turn 4. Now, the 74 machine of Matt Billings sets his sights on the 55 of Perry Francis, looking for that number 2 position. Billings very strong on the bottom in turns number 3 and 4. Dale Plank opening up a little bit of a lead now over the 55 machine of Perry Francis. Francis slips a little bit, but no room for Billings that time. Down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4 will go Dale Plank. Halfway home here for the Plankinator. Out of turn 4, Dale Plank continues to lead, followed by Perry Francis, Matt Billings, and Kerry Terrance. Plank now back down to the backstretch. Out of 2, he'll fire. Here's an opening for Billings. Does he have enough time and power to get by the 55 machine? Into turn 3, side by side is Perry Francis and Matt Billings. Francis eases off just a little bit, and that'll open the door for the 74 machine of Matt Billings. 3 laps remaining here for Plank as he's opened up a straightaway lead over the rest of the field. Dale Plank back into turns 3 and 4. Coming out of turn 4, Plank continues to lead, followed by Billings, Perry Francis, and Kerry Terrance. Rounding out your top 5 is the 44 of Casey Swamp. Plank down to the backstretch. He'll go. He is ever increasing that margin he has over the rest of the field. He'll get the white flag here. 1 lap remaining for Dale Plank. Dale Plank, 1 lap remaining for him. 4 more turns of the steering wheel, followed by Billings, Francis, Kerry Terrance, and Casey Swamp. Rounding out the field is the 55 axle Robert Delormier. Over to turn 3 and 4 now. Plank back to the bottom, comes out of 4. He'll pick up heat race win number 2 here this evening, followed by Matt Billings, Perry Francis, Kerry Terrance, Casey Swamp now out of 4, looking to hang on to that number 5 position. He'll do just that. He'll round out your top 5.
Twin Leaf Fresh Express is the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are. The first convenient stop in Hogansburg when driving from Messina. A food court with free Wi-Fi and plenty of room to lounge with family and friends or eat on the run. Menu items with only the freshest ingredients. Wings, pizza, salads, and sandwiches with lunch specials posted daily on Facebook. And don't forget dessert. Over 20 flavors of ice cream, shakes, slushies, and frozen yogurt. Twin Leaf Fresh Express, the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are.
Hi, I'm Mike Jones. We're here at StarTech Computer. We have computers, cellular telephones, and music equipment. We do repairs on most makes and models of computers.
StarTech, where we make things work for you.
And Luke Stewart in the 19 back with us once again. Glad to see Luke with us out of Kingston, Ontario. Nephew of former Mohawk regular Todd Stewart. Todd kind of semi-retired right now, kind of mentoring young Luke here. And Luke's doing a great job in that 19 each and every week at the Brockville Speedway. Up in front, Timmy O'Brien grabs the early race lead. That Jim's Performance Plus number 88 sets sail down the front straightaway with the top spot, the 29 of Tom Conklin. Here comes 2009 track champion Roy Tarbell after Conklin from the number 2 spot down the back straightaway. And Conklin able to hold Tarbell at bay going into turns 3 and 4. Tarbell makes a bid for second going into turn number 4, but won't be able to get it as Conklin able to hold him off. They race wheel to wheel into corners 1 and 2, and that bottom groove is pretty good so far for Roy Tarbell, and he takes it down the back straightaway up into the number 2 spot and will set after the 88 of O'Brien going down the front straightaway here. It's O'Brien, Tarbell, Tom Conklin, your top 3, and Laurel Annister has gotten around the 22 of Delormier to pick up 4th. Luke Stewart completes the field into 19 as they head down the back straightaway. It's Timmy O'Brien, Roy Tarbell. A battle for 3rd going on right now as Laurel Lannister has that number 3 spot, and Tommy Conklin with a problem in the 29. He will take it up to the top side here coming off of corner number 4. Not exactly sure what has gone wrong with the 29 machine, but he is moving very slowly going into turns 1 and 2. We'll keep your eye on him off of corner number 4 this time by. Halfway sign is out. Caution flag flies. Not 10 laps, and then we'll move right into the modified hot laps. And then intermission time after that. Off of corner number 4 we go. Timmy O'Brien leads them down in front. We're back underway. Roy Tarbell now has Laurel Lannister to deal with down into turns 1 and 2, and Tarbell makes short work of that. Drives around the top side in turn number 2 and holds off Lannister for the time being. Lannister fighting back down on the inside, trying to run Tarbell back down. Up off of corner number 4 they go, and Lannister is there. He gets the wheels alongside, drives by Tarbell going into corners 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. So Laurel Lannister starting to make some big moves late in the going here as they're working up off of corner number 4 with Timmy O'Brien in command of this field. The 23 of Lannister followed by Tarbell in the 007. The 22 of Delormier rounding out your field is Luke Stewart in the 19, and Timmy O'Brien has got company now in the veteran Laurel Lannister down into turns 3 and 4 they go. Lannister able to drive it deep down on the bottom part of the speedway up off of corner number 4. And Timmy's number 88 machine looks like it's a little bit loose on the top side. Laura Lattiser to the lead in turn number 2 as they head down the back straightaway. White flag will be displayed this time around, and Lattiser has been a rocket ship on the bottom side of the speedway. White flag being displayed. O'Brien is second. Now he's going to have to contend with Roy Tarbell in that 007 machine as they all head down the back straightaway. 22 of Delorme, followed by the 19 of Stewart, completing your field. Checkered flag flies this time by for the third time in 2012. Laura Lattiser will grab a heat win in the modifieds. The 88 of O'Brien, followed by Tarbell, Delorme, and Luke Stewart in the 19 will complete.
So it'll be Castell fire away. Zyra to the outside. 12 laps the distance for the Bandits here tonight. 10 laps, rather. As Castell likes what he sees, he fires away. So does the flagger. Green flag on the field. Castell gets away to the race lead now. Down out of turn 2. Daryl Mitchell, the man on the move, slips quickly into that number 2 spot, but here comes Stuart Musa to the inside. This sandwich made as we got Joey Foster stopped on turn number 2. That'll bring out the yellow flag. The man on the move. On my route, I check out race cars, and that's what I keep an eye on for. So most likely that is the old John Green 22 machine. Castell likes what he sees. Green flag back on the field. 9 laps remaining here as Joey Foster once again with handling problems, and I think he's going to try to go to the infield. No, he's going to stop the stretch, and we will not complete a lap, and that'll put everybody back to where they started from on lap number 1. As some mechanical problems here for the 91J of Joey Foster, and certainly not the start he wanted. We'll set the pace for the 4-cylinder Bandits here this evening. He's got to watch Oban. Oban, one of the best in the business in the 4-cylinder class. And Oban gets off to the start he liked. Green flag back on the field. 8 laps the remaining distance here. Oban looking to break away and hide here on the field. As now Musa will dip to the bottom of Castell down to the backstretch. Looking to keep the momentum up as he'll take it into turns 3 and 4. Castell will drift up the track just a little bit as now Robert Miller gets out of shape going into turn 3, but Daryl Mitchell quickly back into the hunt of things here as he rides in the number 4 position. To the inside will go Stuart Musa. The Moose is looking to be loose down the backstretch, looking for that number 2 spot. He takes it away from Castell. Now he's set his sights on the 89 machine of Matthew Oban. Oban out of 4. He'll continue to lead this race on lap number 4, almost to the halfway point. 10 laps the distance for the Bandits here this evening. Musa's got a little bit of ground to make up as Oban is running very smoothly on this racing surface here tonight. In the number 3 position, it'll be Castell. In the number 4 position, it is Daryl Mitchell. As now Castell going to drift up way to turn 4, and that'll open the door for the 37 of Daryl Mitchell, and he'll slip into that number 3 spot. Stuart Musa has closed the distance between him and the 89 car of Matthew Oban. He rides along on the rear bumper now. He'll drift to the top side going into 3. Looking to get around him on the high side. Not going to be able to do so on this lap as now Musa going to go to the inside of Oban. Oban halfway home. 6 laps in, 4 laps remaining. Oban sticks it to the bottom coming out of 2. He's going to make Musa work for it tonight as they go down to the backstretch. Musa going to take a peek to the top shelf here. Can he get around? No, sir, not on that lap. As they'll come into turn 4, Oban continues to lead, but Musa keeps the momentum up, coming out of 4 at the flag stand. Musa continues to be in hunt for that number 1 spot. Now Musa drifts up a little bit. He's going to lose a bunch of spots. As now slipping in that number 2 spot is Daryl Mitchell, and Musa is going to take a ride, a scenic tour around the backstretch, check out the back of the billboards, and not sure if there's a mechanical issue with that car, but we've got 2 laps remaining here. Something may have given way on that 101 machine. Oban, he's got 2 laps remaining. He's got Daryl Mitchell hard charging. We're going to have a yellow flag on the field as Stuart Musa playing peekaboo with the rest of the field, and he reappears and gives Mr. Mike Mallett some giggles on that one. Out of turn 4, it'll be Daryl Mitchell riding in second, followed by Castell, Joey Foster, Matt Zyra, and Mainville rounding out your field. Green flag back under racing conditions here as Oban will take you into turn number 1. Oban firing away very quickly here as Mitchell is in the hunt for that number 1 spot. He's got some company as he's got Castell along with Joey Foster, able to keep his machine going here as it's remaining in gear. But Oban back to the bottom. He'll drift a little bit up to turn 4. 1 lap remaining on the field. 4 more turns of the steering wheel for the 89 machine of Matthew Oban. Oban would love nothing better than to come away with a victory here as he heads down to the backstretch. And Daryl Mitchell going to throw a line out and try to reel him in. Not sure if he's got enough time to get him to the boat. Oban to the top side. Mitchell going to drift to the top side. Coming around for the checkered flag, the 89 of Matthew Oban, tonight's four-cylinder Bandit feature winner, followed by Daryl Mitchell, the 91 of Joey Foster, the 28 of Corey Castell, and the Gator, which has a weekly column featured by none other than Mike Mallett.
So there he is, out of the car, third win of the season for Matthew Oban. He'll come down in front, and the good people from Lazor's Construction will be down there trackside to present him with the winner's trophy.
Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden. Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden.
Row 3, Paul Kinney and Justin Barger. 2x2, field set and ready to go into turns number 3 and 4. Bergeron setting an awfully slow pace, looking for the green. We got it. We're racing here on the front straightaway. So green is out. We are underway into turns number 1 and 2, and immediately Elaine Bergeron jumps out to the number 1 spot. Corey Sparks looking to the outside of Mike Stelter down into turn number 3. They stay side by side for the runner-up spot, and there goes Corey Sparks. So Sparks puts himself into position number 2 now into turn number 1. Stelter falls back to 3rd. Vigneault there for 4th. 5th right now is Paul Kinney, and 6th is Justin Barger. Off the turn, coming down to complete lap number 2, Elaine Bergeron, driver out of St. Pie, Quebec, former series champ. Into turns number 1 and 2, he has got him covered. He was strong in his qualifying event, looking strong here in this dash event. Patrick Vigneault now gets a run on Mike Stelter. He'll shoot low into turn 3, and he'll grab the number 3 spot. So up to 3rd now is Patrick Vigneault, but this is it. One more half mile to go for Elaine Bergeron. Off the turn, down the backstretch, into turn 3 one more time. Now off the corner to the checkered flag, winning your Cobra Coaches dash event, Elaine Bergeron. Nice move, finishing in 2nd, Patrick Vigneault. 3rd to Corey Sparks. Mike Stelter will come home in 4th. 5th to Paul Kinney. And 6th will go to the 5 of Justin Barger.
Bergeron is back in victory lane, and of course it's been a rough go of it for Elaine here in the last week or so. Good to see him back and running again here in the Cobra Coaches Dash. How about a round of applause for Elaine Bergeron? Down in front with us here, Elaine. Welcome to Victory Lane here. I know this dash has got to get you pumped up and ready to go because it's been awfully tough for you the last couple of weeks. Good run out there.
Yeah, a couple of weeks I have a big problem. Now I work very hard in the car, change a couple of parts. I think it's better.
Yeah, the car looked pretty good in the heat race as well. Did you change much between the dash and the heat race, and what are you going to do as far as the feature is concerned?
No change for the dash, just change the tire, that's it. I will try, probably I stay for the feature.
Well, hopefully you can keep the roll going tonight. We'll see you down front a little later on. We'll see you down here in Victory Lane a little later on.
I will try.
Yeah. All right, how about a round of applause one more time for Elaine Bergeron, your Cobra Coaches Dash winner.
For a green off the number 4 turn. Side by side, wing to wing, here they come. Green is out, we're underway. Through turns number 1 and 2, Jeff Cook jumps out to the race lead with the number 10 ride. He'll run away with it down into turn 3. Sitting back there in 2nd, Lee Lattiser. Lattiser right through the middle, then up to the outside. Steve Hutchinson right now in that 4th and final qualifying position. Brandon Warner sounds like problems under the hood of the number 10B as he takes it up through turns number 1 and 2. Maybe a flat motor or something like that. We'll see if we can tell what it is next time around. Jeff Cook leads the way. Lee Lattiser all by his lonesome back there in the number 2 spot. Cook actually led some portions of the feature event last time we were here. He had a top 5 finish in that A main. He'll work it off the bottom of turn number 4 down to the stripe. We have got 3 laps complete of this 8-lap B main event for the Empire Super Sprints. Again, 4 to qualify. So only 4 cars earn guaranteed positions in the A main. And right now, Jeff Cook making it look easy as he sees the cross flags. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. So it's Cook followed by Lee Lattiser solidly in the 2nd spot. Etienne Girard is third. Fourth is Steve Hutchinson. Brandon Warner trying to chase him down. Struggling, though, right now with car number 10B. He's working it up on the top side. Hutchinson down through the middle, then to the outside groove down the front stretch. This time by Jeff Cook. 2 laps to go for the Antwerp, New York driver. Long-time Empire Super Sprint campaigner in that Route 37 building supply number 10. Works it down the back straightaway, nearly a full straightaway edge right now over Lee Ladisser, who sits back there in that runner-up spot. White flag this time by for Jeff Cook. Final time down the backstretch. Works your leader into turn 3. Now he'll power off of turn number 4, make him the winner of this B main. It's the 10 of Jeff Cook. Finishing in second will be the number 51 of Lee Ladisser. Third will go to Etienne Girard. Fourth will fall to Steve Hutchinson. Brandon Warner will finish in fifth.
On hand to the outside, Tim Reef along with the 14 of Dean Pronovost. They'll get this 10-lap feature event underway. On the start, it'll be Dean Pronovost to the race lead for him into turn 1. Followed by Tim Reef. We got a gaggle of cars getting together. 4 wide going into 2, and Harley Brown will be shuffled to the rear of the field. The man on the move is Paul Klager. Klager looking for something on the top side. He's found it. He's moving around here, and he'll come out of turn number 4, running down the field. Dean Pronovost, race leader now. To the inside will go 11, Brian Green. He won last week's TUSA Series race, but watch the one car to the outside. It looks like a mini version of a Dan Jalbert car. Not Dan Jalbert personally, but his car. Now car is getting shuffled just a little bit, coming out of 4 as Mutant and Robinson get together. Hanging on to this race lead. Now it is the 11 of Brian Green. We get yellow on the field. As spinning out here is Matthew Shontosh and the Alex's Ice Machine. He'll keep that one cool here as they come around turn 4, and he'll regroup International Raceway. They refire out of 4 now. Brian Green, your new race leader. Followed by Dean Pronovost, fires away in that number 2 spot. But Paul Klager, the one to keep an eye on. He's worked his way up through the field now as he goes to the inside, looking to get that number 2 spot away from Dean Pronovost. To the inside will go the one machine of Klager. Klager on the bottom, coming out of 4. Brian Green kicks up that left front sneaker here, as now Tim Reef's going to come to a stop in between turns 1 and 2, closer to turn number 2, and not sure what's happening with his fall. So it'll be Green and Klager firing from the 2 top spots here. Looking for the green flag to get racing action back underway, and we'll just do that. Dean Pronovost says, don't forget about me. I'd like to hop up here in the top 2, as now Pronovost gets a little squirrely going into turn 1. That'll open up for Sylvain Laframboy and that number 7 machine. Down the backstretch, they'll fire. Brian Green to the bottom here. The number 1 of Paul Klager looking to get some racing bite here, as now Brian Green gets just a little loopy coming out of 4, but he'll hang on to that number 1 spot. Green is pushing that car to the limits right now. He knows he's got the one machine of Paul Klager on his rear bumper. He's got to see a wheel at one point here as they head into turns number 3 and 4. To the top side will go the one machine of Klager. To the outside, he's going to look to get that number 1 spot away from Brian Green. Can he do it? They are about neck and neck. We got cars spinning here and down the front. Laframboy gets a little loopy heading into 1. He'll get that machine fired back away. To the bottom will go Brian Green. In turn number 3, to the top side, here comes Paul Klager. Klager going to do everything he can on that top side to get by Brian Green. Now back to the inside will go the number 1 machine. He'll force in number 11 to the top side of the racing surface. Does he like it down on the bottom? We'll see as they head into turns 3 and 4. Green on top, Klager to the bottom. Klager going to stick his racing machine, the Mod Light, to the bottom. Can he get that lead away from Brian Green? Not on this lap. No sirree, as now Klager gets a great run going into 1, takes away the race lead from Brian Green. Green drifts up to the top side, coming out of 2. Here comes Brian Green down the backstretch. Looking to dial in the race leader of the number 1 of Paul Klager. Brian Green, he's got his work cut out here tonight as Paul Klager starting to open up a little bit of a distance between him and Brian Green. 1 lap remaining on the field as we got a car spinning. The 60 of Scott Waldriff gets fired back away. And no, we're going to have 1 lap for a dash to the checkered flag. Mr. Continue to grow this class. They came with us last season, and they've gotten stronger each week as it's gone by. Now the green flag is back on the field. Racing conditions are underway. Matthew Robinson dips back to the top side. He's worked his way in the top 3. Can he get Brian Green for that number 2 spot? But Paul Klager, wasting no time, jumps out to about a 7-car length lead. He'll go in the turns 3 and 4. Stick his machine back to the bottom. Coming out of turn 4. First time to victory lane at Mohawk. The number 1 of Paul Klager. Followed by the 11 of Brian Green. The 88 of Matthew Robinson. The 11 of Matt Mutin, and the 14 of Dean Pronovost. Great run here.
And Andy Watts will get the victory lane photo as the roof hatch is popped open there, and Paul will be coming out here very, very shortly. Also, I want to mention, don't forget, if you haven't gotten a chance to get a 50-50 ticket, please do so at this time. So there he is out of the car, the first time ever for Paul Klager here at Mohawk International Raceway. How about a round of applause for him? Yay.
Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden. See us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden.
Hi, I'm Mike Jones. We're here at StarTech Computer. We have computers, cellular telephones, and music equipment. We do repairs on most makes and models of computers.
StarTech, where we make things work for you.
Renault, Stefan Lebrun, George Renault, Ryan Stabler, Mark Lalonde, Jody Swamp, and Dion Oakes. That's your top 10. Green flag is out. 35 laps for the Pro Stocks, and we're underway. Off into corners 1 and 2. They go side by side for the lead. Points leader PJ Peters has the lead, and Ryan Stabler gets turned around over there in corner number 2, and that will bring out the caution with 1 lap up on the board. PJ Peters is your lead as they present round number 2 of the Bailey Motor Company Pro Stock Series. Off of corner number 4 they go. Alan Peters and PJ Peters fire. First green flag is out, and PJ gets the advantage going into corners 1 and 2. PJ on the top side, Alan down low, and PJ grabs early race lead. Down the back straightaway they go. It is a battle for the number 2 spot. Rock Oban up to the top shelf, and Alan Peters doing all he can on the bottom to try to hold off the rest of the field, but up in front, PJ continues to lead the way. Oban is now solidified himself into that 2nd spot. Joey Lannister trying to make some moves up on the top side of the speedway, and he will do so as he goes down the back straightaway. Alan Peters losing 3 spots already in the first couple of laps. Off of corner number 4, it is PJ Peters, your race leader. Now Joey Lannister starts to go to work. Then that number 92 machine puts his foot down to the floor, trying to get around the 4 of Rock Oban for the number 2 spot as they hit the back straightaway. Battle for 5th going on. George Renault tries the top side to try to get around Stefan Lebrun, last week's feature winner in that number 6 machine, as he rides in that 5th spot. Up in front, though, PJ Peters continues to lead and motoring away from the rest of the field so far in the early going. That battle for 2nd seems to be a pretty good one, as Joey Lannister has the advantage down on the bottom, but Rock Oban not about to give it up that easy. He's going to fight back up on the top side of the speedway, but as they work it up off of 4, PJ Peters leads at lap number 5.
The race to watch for that number 2 spot now, as Joey Lannister clears the number 4 of Rock Oban. Oban back to the top side. Lannister, he's going to drift to the top side on the backstretch, trying to reel in race leader PJ Peters. Peters kicked it to the high side during his heat race and was able to get around Stefan LeBrun for the heat race win, and that's exactly where he has gone on lap number 6. Back to the top side. Lattiser in pursuit coming out of 2 down to the backstretch. The race for the number 4 position is the one to watch on the field. The 88 of Alan Peters. He'll battle alongside the 6 of Stefan LeBrun. LeBrun battles hard back to the bottom side here. Coming out of 4. It is Peters on top. LeBrun to the bottom groove. Back up front now, down to the backstretch. It'll be P.J. Peters. He's got about a 10-car length lead over the 92 machine of Joey Lattiser. Lattiser trying that top side along with P.J. Peters. Peters will come out of turn number 4 on lap number 7, and he continues to lead. 35 laps the distance for the Pro Stocks. And taking a pit side will be the 1R of Ricky Thompson. Down into turn number 3 now. P.J. Peters back to the top side. Lattiser trying to find some moisture in the racetrack. Looking to reel in the 73 machine on lap number 9. P.J. Peters continues to lead, followed by Lattiser, Rock Oban, the 88 of Alan Peters, and the 6 of Stefan LeBrun. LeBrun now will battle for that number 4 spot back to the bottom side. Alan Peters likes what he sees on the top side. He'll keep his machine up there. LeBrun dials it hard into the bottom on turn number 3. Not able to complete the pass on this lap. Lap number 10. P.J. Peters continues to lead.
And right now, Joey Lattiser has not been able to close the gap too much. He's got about 5 car lengths between himself and P.J. Peters right now. As they're working up off of corner number 4, Peters still continues to lead the way with Lattiser chasing him down in that 2nd spot. Then it's Rock Oban all by himself in the 3rd. Battle for 4th and 5th as Stefan LeBrun using that bottom side of the speedway, the groove that got him the feature win last week, working on Alan Peters for that number 4 spot as Dion Oaks starting to make a move forward as well. Dion started back in spot number 10 and has now worked his way up close to the top 5 as he rides in 6th with George Renault, the ever-consistent George Renault in the 55, running in the number 7 spot. Then it is Jody Swamp in the 8th, 9th it is Mark Lalone, and rounding out your top 10 is Owen White in the ON. Down the front straightaway they go. P.J. Peters has got company in the form of Joey Lattiser. Joey's only made a handful of starts here this season, but in those handful of starts, he has picked up 2 wins and is the only driver to win more than once this year. P.J. Peters has a feature win earlier this year as well, but Lattiser won here a couple of weeks ago, looking to get back into victory lane here tonight and defend his Bailey Motor Company Pro Stock Series Championship at lap 14 as he heads down the back straightaway. He is chasing P.J. Peters down the back straightaway, going off into corners 3 and 4. Peters leads the way, but Joey Lattiser trying to find something on the bottom to get the lead away.
So, Lattiser now, he has closed the distance between him and P.J. Peters for that number 1 spot. Lattiser in 2nd. He'll go to the bottom on the backstretch. Can he get by the 73 machine? Lattiser kicks it back to the top side in turn number 3. He takes a peek down low, coming out of 4. They're side by side. Joey Lattiser at the line. Not sure who will lead that lap. It'll be Lattiser leading lap number 15. Lattiser now closes the distance, P.J. Peters closes the distance down on the backstretch, gets on the rear bumper of Lattiser. Gives him the old knock-knock housekeeping move as Lattiser will go to the top side. P.J. Peters goes even further up the racetrack, but he'll have to contend with lap traffic here on this one. Down to the bottom will go Lattiser in lap number 17, coming out of 2, down the backstretch, still fire. P.J. Peters, he'll go back to the top side as well. Next lap car will be the 70 of Eugene Tarbell. He'll drift to the top side. That'll open up the bottom racing groove for Lattiser on lap number 18. P.J. Peters keeping Lattiser within striking distance. We are halfway home, but Lattiser with a great run off of 2, down to the bottom, back to the top side on the back straight. In the turns 3 and 4 now. Lattiser trying to get by the lap car of Eugene Tarbell. To the bottom will go Lattiser. This time he'll be able to clear the car of Eugene Tarbell. Back to the top side, coming out of 2 will be Lattiser. P.J. Peters, he's got his work cut out for him here as he'll try to get by this lap car on lap number 19. Next lap car up for Joey Lattiser will be the 1X of Mike White. Joey Lattiser continues to lead.
And right now, 20 laps are up on the scoreboard, and Lattiser starting to pull away from the 73 of P.J. Peters. He's got about a half straightaway on him as he heads down the back straightaway. with the 4 of Rock Oban all by himself in the number 3 spot. Then Stefan Lebrun has finally cleared Alan Peters in the number 88. This leaves Dion Oaks in the number 48 to do battle with him as they both head off of corners 3 and 4 with the number 5 and 6 spots. Dion Oaks not content to sit there in the number 6 position. He wants to go up to 5th as he is working on Peters for that position down the back straightaway. But up in front, Joey Ladisser weaving his way through lap traffic. He just got by Mike White to put him a lap down here. 22 laps up on the scoreboard in this 35-lap contest. Looking to go pretty much green to checkered with no caution flags. We had that one caution to start with Ryan Stabler, though. Other than that, it has been clean and green out here. Joey Ladisser loves that as he leads the way by a straightaway now over P.J. Peters in that 73. Then it is Rock Oban in the 4, followed by Stefan Lebrun. And that battle for 5th is still raging on down into corners 1 and 2 with Dion Oaks holding down the number 6 spot, and he just drives to the inside and gets by Alan Peters for that 5th spot. And Alan Peters, who started up on the outside, or actually started up on the pole, has lost 5 spots since the initial green flag, all the way back into 6th now, with 25 laps on the scoreboard this time around. Joey Ladisser is waiting for nobody, wants to get to the checkered flag first and defend that series crown.
Ladisser, lap 25. You're absolutely 100% correct, Tim Baltz. Ladisser has opened up straightaway lead over the second place car of P.J. Peters. Peters is entering turn 4 as Ladisser's coming into turn 4 as Ladisser's coming out of turn 4. Now we got a yellow on the field as we've got a car looking for it. Debris in turn number 4.
Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden. Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden.
B&M Performance Cycles, 439 South Main Street, Messina, New York. We handle all parts, accessories, and do all repairs. We can custom build your bike for show or hot rod. We also do New York State inspections on all motorcycles. B&M Performance Cycles. Come see us today.
Sir, along with P.J. Peters, Rock Oban worked his way up into the top 3 here. Where will Ladisser fire? He'll fire almost to turn 4, back under green. We've got 9 laps remaining. Here goes P.J. Peters with a bonsai move to the bottom side in turn number 1. He's going to make that race car stick down to the backstretch. To the bottom is P.J. Peters. He gives the old meet and greet to Ladisser. Ladisser on the top side. P.J. Peters a little close for comfort there on Ladisser coming out of 4. Ladisser maintains that number 1 position. Back to the top side will come P.J. Peters. Peters has got something left for Ladisser. Down to the backstretch they'll go. Joining the fray will be the 4 of Rock Oban and Stefan Lebrun. Lebrun, he's a battler. He'll go to the bottom looking for that number 3 spot. Ladisser, he'll go to the bottom. He's going to make P.J. Peters make that move to the top side if he can. Joey Ladisser right now going to use the entire racetrack on lap number 28. 7 laps remaining here. 35 laps the distance for the Bailey Motor Company Pro Stock Series race here tonight at Mohawk. On lap number 29, Ladisser will continue to lead, followed by P.J. Peters. Lebrun now worked his way around Oban for that number 3 spot. Oban going to battle back to the top side, looking to get by Lebrun and regain that number 3 position. Can he do so? But P.J. Peters up front now. He drives her hard into turn 3. He'll go to the top side coming out of 4. Joey Ladisser is going to hang on lap number 30, and he continues to lead.
5 laps left to go, and Joey Ladisser looking for his second career series win. And your defending series champion works it down the back straightaway. Remember, last year, he won basically everything there was to win in Pro Stock, except for the big one in Syracuse. And he has one goal in mind this year, and that's to win the big one in October. Right now, he's just concerned about winning this Bailey Motor Company Pro Stock feature event as they head down the back straightaway. 4 laps left to go. Smoking Preston Moose on the 102. He will pull it pit side off of the speedway. Off of corner number 4 they go. Joey Lattiser holds a comfortable advantage, about 5 car lengths over P.J. Peters. Then Stefan LeBrun backing up that great run he had last week, solidly into that 3rd spot. Rock Goldman gets a little bit loose going into turn number 1. That's going to allow for Jody Swamp, who has crawled up through this field. Jody started way back in spot number 9, and he is now up into spot number 5. 2 laps left to go for Joey Lattiser, this time by. Joey has won 2 times already this season, wants to add a 3rd victory if he can possibly do it. Down the back straightaway they go. Joey Lattiser sets sail through turns 3 and 4. He'll see the white flag this time by. Off of corner number 4 they go. White flag in the air. Joey in pursuit of career win number 98 in Pro Stock Racing in the dirt car ranks as he heads down the back straightaway. P.J. Peters in 2nd, followed by the 6 of LeBrun in the battle for 4th with Jody Swamp and Rock Olban. Checkered flag is out. 3rd win of the season and 1st of the year in the Bailey Motor Company Pro Stock Series for Joey Lattiser. He grabs the win. 2nd will go to P.J. Peters. Stefan LeBrun will cross in 3rd. Jody Swamp, a nice run up into 4th, and Rock Olban will round out your top 5. So that is it for the Bailey Motor.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Tim Baltz. A little more volume. I think we're good. He's unstrapping. He's getting out of the race machine. Back from Disneyland. He gets to go in victory lane and meet Goofy tonight. He's hopping out of his machine. The 92, Joey Lattiser. Get a few words in victory lane with the man. Joey, welcome back, my friend. You went to the top side. You were the man to beat tonight. How'd that go for you?
Well, I'll tell you what, the track prep was amazing. Whatever they did at that intermission, that made it really racy. It was a little narrow in the heats, but I guess they know what they're doing. They got it spot on. I think we're going to have some good racing with the other divisions, too. I think we might have used it up a bit, but there's still plenty out there.
Now, on that last start, P.J. Peters, he showed you a wheel. Did you feel he had enough for you, or you were just going just mashing it all the way around?
Well, I knew he was running the outside before I passed him. I couldn't tell where he was running after I passed him. But I knew if I ran high in the corners, I might have left myself a bit vulnerable. But I knew that was the best for my car. That was the best it could go. And I was, when I'm racing someone like PJ, I don't get too worried about it. I know we're going to be able to race clean, and we'll give each other room. So there was no worries.
Quickly, who'd you like to thank tonight, Joey?
I'd like to thank my crew, my wife, thank my sponsors. We've got a lot of people that help us out with this, and they don't all get to come out, but. It's nice to win them and take the trophies home.
Thank you very much, Joey. Tonight's winner of the Bailey Motor Company Pro Stock Series race, the 92, Joey Lattiser.
Ladies and gentlemen, they come to you with pride as they salute you by going 4 wide. These are the stars and cars of the 2012 Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprint Tour. Starting lineup again looks like this. Justin Barger, Mikael Perrot on the front row. Patrick Vigneault, Corey Sparks in row number 2.
Supporting a green agenda, Wiley Trash Removal has been serving the community for over 40 years. Wiley Trash Removal also recycles cardboard and paper. Call 315-764-0038.
Twin Leaf Fresh Express is the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are. The first convenient stop in Hogansburg when driving from Messina. A food court with free Wi-Fi and plenty of room to lounge with family and friends or eat on the run. Menu items with only the freshest ingredients. Wings, pizza, salads, and sandwiches with lunch specials posted daily on Facebook. And don't forget dessert. Over 20 flavors of ice cream, shakes, slushies, and frozen yogurt. Twin Leaf Fresh Express, the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, they come to you with pride as they salute you by going 4 wide. These are the stars and cars of the 2012 Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprint Tour. Starting lineup again looks like this. Justin Barger, Mikael Perrant on the front row. Patrick Vigneault, Corey Sparks in row number 2. As well for the Empire Super Sprints. Justin Barger, your current series point leader on the point of this one. Looking to get back to victory lane, 2 by 2. Mikael Perrant looking for his first career ESS A-Main victory. Off of turn number 4, green is in the air, and we're racing here on the front straightaway. Field charges into turns number 1 and 2, and Justin Barger going to assume command of this one with the number 5, but down the backstretch, here comes Mikael Perrant. Mikael Perrant, Justin Barger, they have done battle earlier in the season down at the Utica Rome Speedway. Lap number 1, Barger going to lead the way. So Barger takes the lead into turn 1, and he will not relinquish it. But here comes Mikael Perrant. He is battling with him down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. It's Barger, Perrant right together. Corey Sparks there for the number 3 spot. Patrick Vigneault, 4th. Lance Young up to the number 5 position. Chuck Heeming rolling the top side, trying to get his way to the front of the field. He started in position number 11 here in this one with car number 45, and he is rolling the outside now. He'll drop down to the inside as they race into corner number 3. Justin Barger, 3 laps into this one's got him covered, working that top groove. Corey Sparks is going to do the same as he tries to track down Mikael Perrant off of turn 2. Lance Young, meanwhile, here he comes to the back bumper of Patrick Vigneault. Vigneault right now holds down position number 4, but Lance Young looking to take it away. Lance Young side by side with Vigneault off of turn 4, and Lance Young now jumps up to position number 4. Back at the front, the battle continues to go for the number 1 spot. Barger's got it. Mikael Perrant on the back bumper. Barger slows to go into turns 3 and 4 on the inside. Here comes Corey Sparks on the top side. Sparks side by side with Mikael Perrant into turn number 1. Sparks drifts out to the outside. Perrant will get the run off the corner. He's able to hold off Sparks at least for the moment as they take it to turn 3. Sparks so going to go back to the outside. Corey Sparks looking for the runner-up spot off of turn number 4. Can't quite get it done with 6 laps complete. So with 6 complete, it is Justin Barger, Mikael Perrant, Sparks, Lance Young, and the 55 of Patrick Vigneault, your top 5. And now lap traffic a factor here as they come off the turn and complete lap number 7. And to the line, we've got a new leader, and it's Mikael Perrant. So Mikael Perrant's got the edge. He'll shoot by the slower car of Hutchinson. And now you can see some smoke coming out of the number 25 of Mikael Perrant as he runs down on the inside. Great battle in traffic now as here comes Lance Young. Young up to the number 3 spot. Lance Young that time took a sneak peek to the inside of Justin Barger. Nothing doing though. Into turn number 3, Young is right there with him. Young's got to get on the binders. That allows Barger to open up a car length over Lance Young. Corey Sparks back there watching from the number 4 spot. Into turns number 1 and 2. On the outside is Barger. Here comes Young one more time. Lance Young down to the number 2 spot. So it's Mikael Perrant leading the way. He is the leader over the number 17J of Lance Young. So with 10 in, Lance Young moves into position number 2. He'll try to track down your race leader, Mikael Perrant. Perrant, a second place run, career best down at the Utica Rome Speedway earlier this season. But now he can feel the pressure. He can hear the cars behind him. And Lance Young is on the charge. Lance Young, a winner this season out at the Merrittville Speedway, rides in second. Etienne Girard right there in front of your leader. Here comes Corey Sparks now to the outside of Justin Barger. Down the back straightaway, Barger able to hold off the challenge of the 7 of Sparks. Sparks though right there on the back bumper. Lance Young still trying to find a way by the 422 of Etienne Girard. Barger now takes it up to the top side. He'll look to get her on as he tries to close in on the 17J of Lance Young. Halfway cross flags this time by here on lap number 13. We'll give you a rundown. Mikael Perrant is your race leader. Lance Young is second. Barger is there for third. 4th on the grid will be the number 7 of Corey Sparks. 5th right now is Patrick Vigneault. 6th, Elaine Bergeron. 7th, Sean Donath. 8th, Paul Kinney. 9th, Kevin Ward. And rounding out the top 10, Chuck Heeming. 11th, Matt Tanner. 12th, Mike Stelter. 13th, Sammy Reeks. 14th is Tommy Wickham. And those are all the cars remaining on the lead lap here at the halfway point of this main event. So Mikael Perron working it steady down off of turn number 4 as he gets by the 75 of Tommy Wickham. Lance Young's going to roll the high side as he gets by Anthony Kane here into turn number 1. Mikael Perron, he lost one on the last lap, last turn down at Utica Road to Justin Barger. You know he does not want to repeat that one. He wants this thing to stay clean and green. 15, make it 16 now complete for Mikael Perron. Perron's lead nearly now a full straightaway over the second place running Lance Young. Justin Barger still sitting back there in position number 3, but he has got Corey Sparks in tow. Sparks is there. Sparks now going to switch lanes. Sparks going to look to the inside. Off at turn number 4, we've got a new car in the number 3 spot. That is the number 7 of Corey Sparks. So Sparks up to 3rd here with 17 laps complete. So Sparks now on the charge. He found that inside groove. He'll shoot down low on Devin Carone. Barger was trying to work the outside lane in slower traffic, and it cost him as he's going to lose a spot here. Patrick Vigneault is going to have some pressure here in a moment as the number 33 of Sean Donath begins to close in. Sean Donath and Vigneault nearly got together. Everything clean and green, though, as we continue on with 19 laps complete. Your leader still the 25 of Mikael Perron, but look who's closing in. Lance Young is mounting a charge. Young back there in the second spot. Perron gets a tire. Here comes Lance Young to the inside. Young looking for the lead down the front stretch with 5 laps to go. Off the turn, Mikael Perron is perfect. You know, Perron, he has got the jitters inside the race car, looking for career win number 1. Off the corner, he'll come. Lance Young, he is there. He is closing. He is doing all he can to close in on Mikael Perron. 21 are in, 4 laps remain for the driver out of Granby, Quebec. Off of turn number 2, he is not giving up on the inside lane. Neither is the 36 of Mike Stelter. So Perron, he's going to have to do something, find a way by Mike Stelter. This time by 22 are in, 3 laps to go. Perron, Mike Stelter right there. Perron bobbles in turns 1 and 2. Lance Young now about 3 car lengths behind. Down the back straightaway, they take it to the number 3 turn. Mike Stelter's keeping it down on the bottom right in front of your leader. Lance Young able to close in. Parallel flags this time by for Mikael Perron. Can he get it done? Can he go out and win feature event number 1? Lance Young looking to take it away down the back stretch. Here they come into turn number 3. Young a car length, maybe a half car length now. Off of turn number 4. White flag this time by for Mikael Perron. Lance Young going to try it. He's going to go to the outside into turns number 1 and 2. Off the corner back stretch they go. Final time into turns number 3 and 4. Lance Young is there. He's on the back bumper. Off the turn, checkered flag. Give it to him, Mikael Perron. Finishing in second, Lance Young. In car number 17J, third will go to Corey Sparks. Finishing in 4th, Sean Donath. And 5th will go to Justin Barger.
Driver of the Lake Group Ultra, Terrace Esmond Plus, car number 25. First time winner here with the Empire Super Sprints. He cannot get the helmet off fast enough inside the race car. You can see the pearly whites from here. He is excited. Ladies and gentlemen, he's climbing out of the car. Let's give him a nice round of applause. Your Empire Super Sprint A-Main winner, Mikael Perron. Getting a hug from Dad and Mom down here in Victory Lane. Mikael, how does it feel to finally get to Victory Lane with the Empire Super Sprints?
Feels so good. I mean, we've been trying for 6 years. I think it's kind of a dream come true tonight, and it's awesome.
Take us through that pass for the lead. Justin Barger got out in front on you there early on. He was running the high side. This car loved the bottom, and you were able to drive by.
Yeah, that car is awesome on the bottom. Actually, that car has been awesome since we put it together, and I gotta give the credit Doug Emery, and he's been helping me this year, and we've been running really good. So I gotta give him the plus.
Last couple of laps, you're in lap traffic there. You lost one earlier in the year while you're leading on the last lap. What's going through your mind?
I was looking at the top there, and the 36 Stelter was running the bottom, but I didn't want to move up and lose my spot, you know. I look at the board, and I see Lance was second, and I was sure he was on the bottom, so I didn't want to move up.
Who do you got to thank here tonight besides Doug Emery?
Oh, I got to thank my mom and dad. I mean, they were there the whole time. Never missed a race pretty much, supporting me. I mean, it's awesome. The whole family at home, and it's a dream come true.
Race fan, give a nice round of applause. Your A-main winner, driver the number 25, Mikael Padon.
Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden. Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden.
Fox Hill Golf and Country Club has an early bird special that will save you money. Monday through Thursday, tee off by 11 a.m. and get 11 holes of golf with the cart for $20 or 11 holes walking for $10. Make a date on Friday. All day he pays and she plays for free. Don't forget the large driving range and practice putting green. And as always, Canadian money is at par.
Dale Plank starting on the outside. Perry Francis, your starter from the pole position. The 55 of Perry Bones Francis. He likes what he sees. He'll fire, and he'll go down into turn number 1. Followed by Timmy O'Brien to the top side. Now we'll go the 77X. The cars are getting shuffled back through the field. To the top side will go Dale Plank. Plank sets his machine high into the turn number 3. Now into turn number 4. Picks up the left front sneaker, and he'll come around to lead lap number 1. And look at the cars back in the field. The 74 of Matt Billings getting bunched up there now. To the bottom side will go Laurent Ladesseur trying to get around Danny O'Brien, the pocket rocket out of Gananoque. Dale Plank will be back around to lead lap number 2, followed by Timmy O'Brien. Timmy O'Brien rides around in that second place car as the cars seem to be slowing everybody but Dale Plank getting on the binders coming into 2. Dale Plank likes what he sees here coming out of 4. He'll lead lap number 2. He'll set his sights on leading lap number 3. And now to the bottom will go Brian Slim McDonald for that number 4 position, getting around Perry Francis. Francis now will drift to the high side coming out of 2. That'll open the door for Matt Billings. As Tim Baltz mentioned, won a feature here a couple weeks ago, and look at the cars. 4 wide coming out of turn number 2. Very racy surface here tonight, folks. The rubber has been laid down by the Empire Super Sprints. Plank coming out of 4. He's looking to lead lap number 5, and he'll do exactly that.
And Plank way out in front of the field here. And right now Chris Raby doing all he can to run down Timmy O'Brien to try to get by from the number 2 spot as they hit the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Brian McDonald has settled in nicely into the number 4 spot with Matt Billings rounding out your top 5. Laurent Ladesseur has come up through the field nicely as well. He's right back there into 6th. 7th is Kerry Terrance. Billy Dunn has not been able to make any way forward here. He rides there from spot number 8. 9th is Danny O'Brien, and Roy Tarbell completes the top 10. But Dale Plank, the natural, who picked up the feature win this past Sunday night at the Cornwall Motor Speedway after what was a dismal weekend. 13th place finish here last Friday night. Didn't even get a lap in last Saturday night at the Brockville Speedway. Looking to get the job done here tonight as he works it up off of corner number 4. He's got a straightaway on that battle for second with Timmy O'Brien and Chris Raby. Now Matt Billings changes lanes, trying to go to the top shelf. They're trying to get around Brian McDonald from the number 4 spot, and he will do so. And Matt Billings is on the charge on the top side, fell off a little bit, coming off of corner number 2. Now allowed McDonald to draw alongside of him, but Billings sets sail up on the top shelf, going through turns 3 and 4. And McDonald clips a tire down here in front, breaks his momentum just a little bit, and that's all Matt Billings needed. He goes the long way around to get 4th. He's going to try to bring Kerry Terrance with him, but Dale Plank is a man of the hour at lap 10.
Lap number 10, exactly right. Dale Plank on a mission here tonight. He has led all 10 laps. Down the backstretch, he'll fire. He'll clear the 71 of Shane Pecor. Pecor picking up the Delbert LeGros ride tonight to start this feature. Plank out of 4. He'll lead number 11. Raby doing everything he can to get by the 88 of Timmy O'Brien. Timmy O'Brien hugging his machine to the bottom. No opening there for Ravi as they come out of 2. Down to the backstretch they'll go. It'll be Timmy O'Brien in that number 2 spot. He'll hug the bottom, like I said, coming out of 4. Ravi looking patiently for that opening. As Timmy O'Brien once again opens the door. There goes Ravi for the number 2 spot. Ravi has cleared the 88, but the 88 will battle back to the high side on the backstretch, going into turn number 3. Ravi sticks it back to the bottom. He'll set his sights on the next lap car, and that'll be the 71 of Shane Pecor. Ravi now starting to put a little distance between himself and the 74 machine of Matt Billings on lap number 13, halfway home here for Dale Plank. He's led every single lap. Dale Plank now continues to lead as Ravi's worked his way up in that number 2 spot. Dale Plank is putting a whooping on the field here tonight. Down to the backstretch, he'll fire. He'll clear the number 55 of Robert Delormier for a lap car. On lap number 15, Dale Plank continues to lead.
15 laps are down and 10 more to go. And Dale Plank having all kinds of trouble right now trying to get around Casey Swamp in the 44. Meanwhile, Chris Ravi is having problems trying to get by Luke Stewart. In the 19 is Stewart, 1 lap down to the leaders. Off of corner number 4, it's Plank, your race leader, followed by Ravi. And now Timmy O'Brien is into the top 3. Kerry Terrance has gotten around the 74 Matt Billings to pick up the 4 spot. Billings rounds out your top 5 with Billy Dunn up into 6. Down into turns 3 and 4 they go. It is the natural Dale Plank down in front. 61 career wins in 315 modified racing for Dale Plank, and he sets sail down the back straightaway in pursuit of his 3rd win of the season. If he could pull it off here tonight and become the 2nd 3-time winner, joining Billy Dunn in that category. But right now he has got clear racetrack in front of him. 18 laps up on the scoreboard. Ravi has solidified himself up into 2nd, and then it's a scramble back there for the number 3 spot. Kerry Terrance and Luke Stewart make contact, but all is clean. We stay under green here, and Timmy O'Brien looking to run away and hide from Terrance as he rides in 3rd. 4th is Terrance, followed by Billy Dunn as he has gotten around Matt Billings to pick up that spot. As they head down the back straightaway, Dale Plank has got about 6 car lengths on Chris Ravi, and Ravi has cleared all the lap traffic. Right now, Plank going to the top shelf. Chris Ravi staying right there with him, down on the bottom. 5 laps to go.
5 laps the remaining distance here. Can Ravi reel in the leader, Plank? Plank drifts to the high side, coming out of 2. Down to the backstretch, he'll fire, set his machine into turns 3 and 4. Ravi, lap traffic is going to be an issue here with just 4 laps remaining. Lap 21, Dale Plank leads, but here comes Ravi with a head of steam on the bottom side going into 1 and 2. He's got to back off the ponies just a little bit as he drifted up the racetrack. Delorme now going to be put down a lap by this 77X of Plank, but Ravi able to find some momentum as he's looking to clear the 55 of Perry Francis here. Francis going to stay to the bottom. Ravi trying to get by, gives him the old knock-knock, trying to get some open space for his race car. We've got 2 laps remaining as Plank will come around on lap number 22. Out of turn 4, Delorme is down a lap now by the 77X of Dale Plank. 23 laps in, 2 more to go for the 358 modifieds. Dale Plank now to the high side, going into turn 3. Ravi looking to reel him back in. White flag on the field. 4 more turns of the steering wheel for the 77X of Dale Plank. Tim Baltz will be headed down pit side to victory lane to get a few words with tonight's 358 modified winner. We've gone green to green, no caution flags. Plank to the high side in 3. Now he'll drift up just a little bit, coming out of 4. Dale Plank down to the checkered flag. Dale Plank, tonight's 358 modified winner in Lazor's construction night. Great run by the natural Dale Plank. Finishing in 2nd will be the 01 of Chris Rabi. Kerry Terrance in 3rd. Billy Dunn for that 4th spot. Correction, that is Laurent Ladisseur in the 77X of Dale Plank.
One, two, there we go. Turn it down just a little bit. There we are. 3rd win of the season. How about a round of applause for the natural Dale Plank? Poked my head in the car as soon as he pulled up here. He looked at me, he says, "Boy, I needed that one," and you are darn right about that. I tell you what, after last week's struggles, looks like things are on the up and up for you now.
Yeah, definitely. we're trying a little different, couple different things with setup wise. I think I missed it a little bit tonight, but starting position definitely helped us, and the car was still good enough to be across the line first. That's all that matters.
Absolutely. Now, of course, you were working the bottom throughout the majority of the race. Then you switched lanes and started to go up to the top. Chris started to close in on you there. Did you just change lanes because the car started to handle different, possibly?
Yeah, the car kept getting tighter. Kept wanting to pick that left front up more, and just didn't want to turn getting in. So I had to get my arc out a little bit more to try to help that out. I was kind of in trouble there at the end. I was waiting to see somebody come up there, but we were lucky to hang on. We had a good starting spot, and we'll take them any way we can get them after the last couple of weeks.
And, of course, you struggled the last couple of weeks, but this is definitely what you needed to get yourself back into this track championship.
Yeah, definitely. This car has been pretty good everywhere we've gone with it, so we'll just keep trying to improve, and I learn something new every time I'm out there. So,
well, keep digging away, Dale. You got 2 more nights to pick off a couple more wins. Hopefully we'll see you down in front 2 more times.
I sure hope so. I can't thank Kerry Trance enough, and my crew for sure, Frank and Jeff and Sugar and everybody else that helps out, and Nate. Can't do any of this stuff by myself, so I appreciate all the help.
Well, you're the winningest driver in 358 competition this season, Dale. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right. How about a round of applause one more time? His 3rd win of the season for Dale Plank, and he's going to make somebody a lot of money.
Supporting a green agenda, Wiley Trash Removal has been serving the community for over 40 years. Wiley Trash Removal also recycles cardboard and paper. Call 315-764-0038.
Hey kids, do you know where Cubby and T-Bear live? Bears Den! If you said Bears Den, you're right. Bears Den is the home of Cubby's Birthday Club, a special club for just kids. Bears Den has a Cubby's menu just for you with yummy meals and awesome desserts. And for your birthday, you get a special treat from Cubby. Joining Cubby's Club, you'll get invited to Cubby's parades, events, and contests all over town. Cubby's Birthday Club at Bears Den Restaurant in Hogansburg, New York, the home of Cubby and T-Bear.
Hi, I'm Mike Jones. We're here at StarTech Computer. We have computers, cellular telephones, and music equipment. We do repairs on most makes and models of computers.
StarTech, where we make things work for you.
So Thunder Anderson getting off to a big jump here. I don't think we're going to have green on the field on this one. They're going to throw the caution flag as...
One is Jason Durgan.
Jason Durgan, the 1X, the 83 of Dylan Evoy, the 10 of Josh Van Broeklen, to his outside, the 24 of Justin Lancelette. As now we'll be looking for green. Thunder Anderson going to lead the field down to the green flag. Will we have it this time? Yes, sir. 3 wide going into turn number 1. Thunder Anderson throws his machine. He drifts to the high side, runs out of real estate, opens the door for 4 wide down the backstretch. No room there as backing out of that one will be Jenna David. Very strong runner here. She'll run to the bottom side. To the top side will go Thunder Anderson. Opens the door for Dan Jalbert and Mike Stacy. Jenna David will settle down into the number 3 spot. Battling back now on the inside will go the number 5 of Wyatt Mullen. Mullen looking for that number 3 spot. 3 wide going into turn number 3. Jenna David settles into the number 2 spot. Dan Jalbert coming out of 4. He'll lead lap number 2 as well. Jalbert to the top side, going out of turn 2. He's got Jenna David, the young hot shoe from Akwesasne. Looks to reel in the leader here as they head into turns 3 and 4. Wyatt Mullen quietly crept in now up into the number 3 spot. Rounding out your top 5, Mike Stacy and the gentleman Billy Cook on lap number 4. Dan Jalbert would love nothing more than to come away here with a victory. Now going to the high side, the one of the 3 of Adam Rozon. One first-time feature winner here a couple weeks ago, looking to crack his way into the top 5. And on lap number 4, Dan Jalbert continues to lead. We got cars getting a little squirrely as Dylan Evoy, the man on the move now, to the bottom side in turn number 2. As he tries to get past the number 3 machine of Adam Rozon. He puts the power to the clay heading into turn number 3. But here comes Dan Jalbert continuing to lead on lap number 5.
And caution flag is out as we got a car spun to the top side of turn number 2. And not sure who that one is over there. We'll give it to the inside. Wyatt Mullen, Billy Cook, and now Dylan Evoy. Up into the top 5 already. Green flag flies, and Jenna David gets a great restart that time. She's able to hold off Dan Jalbert for the time being. Down the back straightaway they go. Jenna David is your new race leader as they hit the back straightaway down into turns 3 and 4. Jalbert has that runner-up spot along with Wyatt Mullen in the 5. Jalbert looking to get back to the bottom, and David able hold on for the time being. Down into turns 1 and 2 they go. David, your race leader, followed by Jalbert. And now Wyatt Mullen has Dylan Evoy to his inside. Meanwhile, Billy Cook battling with Adam Rozon for the number 5 spot as David starts to open up a little bit of a lead. Here comes Dylan Evoy down to the inside. He went from 4th all the way up to the runner-up spot. Now challenging for the lead as they go off into corners 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Dylan Evoy, your new race leader. As they hit the back straightaway, it's David back in a second. Jalbert is 3rd, followed by Mullen, and that battle for the number 5 spot rages on with Billy Cook and Adam Rozon. And Rozon dipping down low. He'll get by and try to bring Dana Akins along with him. And Josh Van Broncklin looking to follow in the same tire tracks as they head down through corners 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. But it's Dylan Evoy, your race leader. Dylan's won the last 2 in a row here. He's looking for his 3rd win in a row and 6th on the season. Down into turns 1 and 2 they go. Evoy leads the way at lap number 9. And Thomas Jock the 3rd off of corner number 2 on the backstretch, and he pulls it to a stop. Caution flag will wave here. I'll tell you what, Dylan Evoy
right behind him. Boy, she is hungry for a win here. She would love nothing more than her first career victory here at Mohawk. As Evoy will fire away, we've got green racing conditions halfway home here on lap number 10. Evoy leads the convoy coming out of turn number 2, but here comes Jalbert to the top side. He powers his way around the number 2 machine of Jenna David as they take it into turns 3 and 4. Jalbert might have saved some tires here, Tim, as coming around, he's starting to reel in just a little bit. Dylan Evoy. Evoy, though, he's going to stick that machine to the bottom. He drives like he's a 30-year veteran in this. About his 4th or 5th year racing in the sportsman division, and probably about his 7th or 8th overall. Came up through the go-kart ranks. Now to the bottom, Evoy out of 4. He continues to lead on lap number 12. As now, slipping back a little bit is Jenna David in that number 4 spot. Wyatt Mullen sets his sights on the one of Dan Jalbert. Jalbert just powers away and leaves him in the dust. Coming out of turn 2. To the bottom will go Dylan Evoy. Back to the top side on lap number 13 will be Jalbert. Jalbert hoping for another yellow. Maybe he can reel in Dylan Evoy that way. But Evoy, a man on a mission, a man possessed here tonight, looking to get another feature win here at Mohawk. To the bottom side, he'll go on lap number 14 as he'll come around to complete lap number 13. Evoy still leading the convoy as now lap traffic may not be an issue here for Evoy. He's got nothing but clear clay in front of him. As he'll take his machine into turn number 3. Jalbert trying to find some bite on that top side, Tim. Lap 15, Evoy continues to lead.
5 laps left to go, and Dylan Evoy is waiting for nobody, gone and checked out on the rest of the field here as they head through corners 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Dan Jalbert riding in that number 2 spot, followed by the 5 of Wyatt Mullen. The 8 of Dana Akins has come up nicely through this field. He rides there in spot number 4, and Jenna David doing all she can to hold off Adam Rozon and Josh Van Broncklin for 5th as the field heads down into turns 1 and 2. And Evoy already up onto the back bumper of Jason Durgan in the number 1 as they head off of corner number 4. Evoy continues to lead the way. 3 laps left to go this time by Evoy in pursuit of his 9th overall feature win this season as Justin the Lancette slowing on the back straightaway. Meanwhile, battle for the number 2 spot as Jalbert has some company in the form of Wyatt Mullen in the number 5. Oddly enough, the last time Dan won a feature here, he was driving that very same car number to the winner's circle. And right now, Wyatt Mullen trying to put that car 1 spot farther to the front of the field, and he will do so as he gets by Jalbert for the number 2 spot in the late going of this one. White flag is in the air for Dylan Evoy. Looking for his 5th win in the last 6 starts and his 6th on the season in defense of that track championship. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Checkered flag is out, and Dylan Evoy is going to make a little bit of history here. He will tie Chris Raby for 2nd most sportsman wins all time at Mohawk International Raceway. Evoy gets his 6th win of the season, followed by the 5 of Mullen Jalbert, and the 3 of Adam Rozon will cross in 4th. Then it will be the 10 of Josh Van Broncklin coming home in the number 5 spot.